17 years passed in Egypt. The famine was long over, but the promise was not forgotten. When the time came near for Israel to die, he called for Joseph, his son. "If I have found favor in your sight," he said, "place your hand under my thigh and swear to deal kindly and truly with me. Do not bury me in Egypt." The words were not fear of a foreign grave, they were faith in a future land. He said, "When I rest with my fathers, carry me out of Egypt and bury me with them." Egypt had gold and grain, but Jacob had a promise. He was not clinging to this world, but to the one who swore to restore his people. The sons stood silently by, watching his final word. Even in weakness he worshipped, leaning on the staff that he had walked with through promise and pain. This was no ordinary request. It was covenant language, a declaration that even death could not dissolve what God had sworn. The land was still held by others, yet he claimed it as his own, trusting that the God who swore would bring his children home. Joseph bowed in reverence, and Israel bowed upon his staff, the posture of one who had wrestled with God and would die resting on his word. Faith reached across generations that night. The covenant was stronger than the coffin, and hope was measured not in breath but in promise. He would rest in the land of shadow, awaiting the day when promise itself would rise. Jacob's bones would one day testify that the land belonged not to Pharaoh, but to faith. For the patriarchs were strangers in the earth, yet heirs of a city they could not yet see. To be buried in Canaan was to believe in resurrection, that the God who brought them down would surely bring them up again. The dying man spoke with the confidence of eternity. The covenant was alive, and the grave was only a doorway.